This podcast has naughty words. If you don't like it, fuck ya.
The Hypothetical Hour is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. It's not even filmed, period. This is an audio medium, people.
Welcome to the Hypothetical Hour, a show where we take the time to find the true answer to the question, who shot Mr. Burns? Brought to you by FoolishWorks. On the panel today, he's constantly mistaken for three kids in a trench coat. It's Darian.
Haha.
Made from concentrate. It's Jake. And Ryan.
It was me.
You gotta make an alternate cut where, welcome to the Hypothetical Hour brought to you by FoolishWorks, a show where we take the time to find the true answer to the question, who shot Mr. Burns, brought to you by FoolishWorks. On the panel today, brought to you by FoolishWorks, he's constantly mistaken by three kids in a trench coat. It's Darian, brought to you by FoolishWorks. Made from concentrate, it's Jake, brought to you by FoolishWorks. And Ryan.
Brought to you by FoolishWorks.
No. Just and Ryan.
Just Ryan. Just me.
Alright, okay, Darian, do you have a listener answer or response for us today?
Absolutely. Just let me look up what the fuck the questions from last week were.
What, we actually have a listener response?
Absolutely.
Apparently we do.
I did actually get some feedback, if I can remember what our website is. We've only just said FoolishWorks a billion times and I forgot the fucking website. Oh yes, Cannibal Super Sentai Mammoth. That's right. That was the one. What the hell was I think it was about the submarine one. Oh, was it the submarine one? It has to be the submarine one. Nobody mentioned. No, it definitely wasn't Power Rangers or Magic School, which was still a fucking ridiculous hypothetical and a ridiculous reason to stick it in, Jake. What? I don't understand. I don't understand why. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
Hey. According to the polling, it's our funniest episode yet.
Yeah, so... I think that's despite the hypotheticals that we had in it. The hypotheticals were fairly horrible.
I think just to preface, it doesn't really matter what the hypotheticals are. We can just twist what the answers to those hypotheticals to whatever we want to talk about anyway.
Well, that's why it's called the Hypothetical Hour. It's hypothetical.
It's hypothetical, we're hypothetical, the audience is hypothetical.
And the points don't matter.
Except we have to answer the questions because what is this? It's not the rhetorical hour.
Maybe it should be. That'd be funnier. We just present questions and then leave them. And then talk about other shit.
Well, we could improve it a bit by just asking questions, not having an answer, and then just having a smooth jazz background.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the scenarios and I'm remembering the feedback wasn't actually a direct answer to that episode. I think it was actually to episode 5. I need to write this shit down.
You really should.
I really should, yeah.
It's literally your one job.
Yeah, but nobody reminds... This is the problem. You don't tell me about it until we start recording, and then you're like, hey, how about that thing you always forget about?
This is why I like being a contributor. I don't have to do anything. I have no responsibility.
Well, Darian, do you want to start us off?
All right.
Oh, wait. You didn't actually say the...
Yeah, what is the listener response?
What was the response?
There wasn't one. Well, there was, but it was general praise.
Just give us that.
It was general praise, all right? I got general praise from several people saying that they laughed, and that is more than we deserve.
Well, we're glad that we made a difference to you, fellow listeners. Thanks very much.
They laughed, and that's more than we deserve. Okay.
Well, they didn't say it was more than we deserved. I said that.
All right. Next time I'll remind you. I'll make a whole checklist for it.
Listen. Hey, you listening? Listen.
I'm listening.
Look at me.
I'm listening.
Look at me.
I'm looking at you.
How are you looking at me, Jake? How are you looking at
on
me?
Skype.
All right, look at me. We'll do it in post.
We'll do it in post.
Dear FoolishWorks, I am your number one fan. The first time I heard you, I felt aroused. I could not believe a brilliant podcasters could be so brilliant and honest. Your role in the Hypothetical Hour was handsome and simply creative. I've created a collection of audio files to remind me of you. My bedroom dresser is your shrine, lined with blog posts. My ambition is to go to Quebec together and engage in some serious listening. I'd make you Putin, and then we'd watch hardcore pornography until the sunset. I'd love it if you could reply to me. Tomorrow would be best. Oh, say you'll be my listening partner, FoolishWorks, please. With your reply, please enclose some more audio files for my ever-growing collection. Please, please, please reply. Cassidy.
Oh wow, Darian, that was a great one.
That's a brilliant
Yes.
response.
Wasn't it, Ryan?
Brilliant.
Yes, I thought it was extremely
listener response.
insightful.
Absolutely.
Good job, listener.
Absolutely. Thank you for that feedback, Jim.
Man, that just hit the nail on the head right there.
Absolutely.
I could not agree more.
All right. All right. I'll start us off. Yeah.
Darian, do you want to?
You have just been elected. No, I don't.
Darian, do you want to?
Thanks a lot.
Darian, do you want
don't.
to? Do you want to start us off?
Yes, Jake, I will. Thank you. You have been elected president of a country that used to be a British colony. What is your first executive decision, and why?
Why is this question here?
Because I'm pretty sure Ryan's the one that moved it.
Yes, I always move forward the sensible questions.
Ryan, do you want to expand?
It also
a bit,
originally said Canada. Canada doesn't have a president; it has a prime minister. Ryan.
Yeah, actually, most British colonies have a prime minister rather than a president.
Now you see, but the whole joke there was that actually you were supposed to say Canada in there because like people would think it's America, and then you say Canada.
That's not funny. Because Canada doesn't have a president.
Canada has a prime minister, a really good-looking prime minister.
Like Justin Trudeau, right? He's fucking dreamy. If only Turnbull was a looker like that.
If any of our politicians looked like that, we would be in a much better situation, at least on the world stage.
If Turnbull looked like that, I don't think Trump would have snubbed him so bad. He'd be too distracted by his eyes.
Man, now you got me thinking about Trump, and now I'm just
Depressed,
grumpy.
yeah. Depressed,
Yeah.
angry,
That's okay.
filled with impotent rage. In any case, Ryan,
Yes.
you put this question up, so you answer it.
Yep, you're answering first there, buddy.
Well, my first executive decision, if I was president, would be to bring back Szechuan sauce to McDonald's.
God damn
This
it, you
is a
took my
vital
thing.
policy.
You took all our thing. You just snatched up the Rick and Morty reference, and now you've left the rest of us hanging.
This is what happens when you let me go first.
God
I
damn
take
it.
the best material.
Fuck.
We literally all had the same idea.
Fucking Szechuan sauce. Did we even ever get the Szechuan sauce in Australia? I
I
don't
don't
know
think
if we
we
did.
did.
That was probably
I
an
have no
American.
idea.
That was probably just an
let
American
me have
thing.
a look. McDonald's
Because
Australia.
McDonald's Australia and McDonald's America have been separate for a very long time in terms of management and everything.
How good was that episode, though?
Pretty damn good,
Fucking
yeah.
brilliant. It was brilliant.
97 years, baby.
Oh, good lord. Apparently, there's a change.org petition to bring back Szechuan sauce.
There's always a change.org petition.
There's also a competing one running with people wanting to bring back McDonald's sweet mustard sauce.
Yes, fucking hell, they took away the mustard sauce here. There's no mustard sauce. That was the only good dipping sauce they had. And it's gone.
As somebody who typically doesn't like McDonald's great sauces, especially the nuggets dipping sauces and mustard and other stuff like that in particular, I'm nonplussed about this loss.
Which way are you using nonplussed?
You should be able to get it from my context.
No, I
Darian.
don't, because
It appears that Jake's been replaced by an American replicant.
nonplussed is the worst fucking word, because America has fucked it up by defining it as the exact opposite of its definition. It's fucking useless. It's useless as a word
Right,
now.
so nonplussed, I understand, nonplussed is supposed to be actually upset.
So nonplussed, our word, is surprised and confused, so you're unsure how to react, right?
Oh, right, so speechless.
Yeah, whereas North America has defined it as not disconcerted or unperturbed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That is literally the
it's
opposite
literally
of what the
the
thing is.
opposite. It's... God damn it, America, why must you ruin the Queen's English?
They ruin everything. They take the U's out of things.
They take the U's out of things, they pronounce it aluminum. What the fuck is aluminum? Alright, hold on. Alright, I've got a definitive answer here. It's because Sir Humphrey Davy made a mess of naming the new element, at first spelling it alumium, in 1807, changing it to aluminum, and then finally settling on aluminium in 1812. So
Wait, so you're saying that aluminum is the original?
No, alumium is the original. No N.
Alumium is the original.
Alumium.
And then aluminum came along.
It went alumium,
and was-
aluminum, and then he settled on aluminium, which was preferred by all the classically educated scientific colleagues, blah, 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 because it was, it's same classical ring, blah, blah, blah. And it's stuck in with aluminum because of the publication of the Noah Webster's Dictionary in 1828, which only listed the form.
Ah.
Yeah. All right. So that's why they fucked
that was
up.
interesting.
That's why they fucked it up.
So it's Webster's fault.
So the point is, first they took our U's, then they took the I from aluminium.
Aluminium.
I'm fucked up from saying
Aluminium.
so much. And then they took the Szechuan sauce.
But yes.
Okay, well, I think I have an answer for this question. If Ryan is finished.
Well, I am, because we just went into a 20-minute rant about aluminium. But yeah, go on.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. If I was elected president of a country that used to be a British colony, the first executive decision I would make is to recognise the indigenous population of that colony.
Oh, shots fired.
It's literally the only thing that they got wrong in most of the British colonies in the world was to not recognise indigenous populations as people.
I think...
And in Australia's case, didn't recognise them at all. Like, their existence wasn't even recognised.
I do think they probably got a few things more than that wrong overall.
No, that's fair. No. But that is my first executive decision of becoming the president or the head of state, if you will, of a former British colony, is to recognise that the indigenous population were the first people. Yeah, that's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, if I was elected president of a country that used to be a British colony, how soon are we talking here? Are we talking right after they stopped being a British colony, or just sometime in the general past?
I'd say, I know Ryan made the question, but I'd say because he didn't put in any detail that it's left to you to make that decision.
It doesn't have to be a country that used to be a British colony. That was just trying to make a joke that went terribly wrong.
Yeah. Oh, all right. So this is what I do. I forgot the word.
That was a good policy. I like it.
Yeah. Now I got the burps.
Moving on.
Now I got the burps. Oh yes, right. That's what I was gonna say. All right. It doesn't matter how long it had been. My first act as president would be, of course, to start the process to rejoining the British Empire, because I'm a staunch royalist.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That took an interesting turn. Are you a monarchist?
I'm a bit of a monarchist. No, I just love old Queen Lizzie. I don't like her kids. I'll be a Republican once she kicks the bucket.
Here's the thing. I agree. I'm not exactly a monarchist per se, but I am actually a fan of the Queen herself, and when she does pass, it is eventually going to happen, maybe, unless the lizard thing is true.
I would be quite concerned if the Queen discovered immortality, like she was just down in the basement of Buckingham Palace and then stumbles across the Golden Chalice or the Holy Grail and then suddenly claims immortality. That'd be quite scary, actually.
But my real answer is, assuming it was close, probably want to change the flag, wouldn't you?
Oh, I see. I see where you're going with this. Someone's read the show notes.
Have we? Oh, shit. Oh, shit!
Did you not?
Cut this out so it sounds like it's a perfect segue.
No. I'm leaving this in because that's even better.
No, we gotta make it a perfect segue. It's a perfect segue.
Okay, here's the next question. We have been tasked to design a new, better Australian flag. We can each contribute one thing. What is it?
Tassels.
What, around the flag or on the flag's design?
No, tassels.
Just tassels.
That's our...
We're gonna have the world's only tasseled flags?
Yeah.
Do you mean like as the main focus, like the Canada's maple leaf, like tassels, like that?
No, I was thinking like tassels on the corners of the flag.
Just tassels around the entire flag.
Okay,
Just
tassels.
actually, just
All
scratch all that, make the entire flag tassels.
Okay, we each need to contribute one thing, so you can't just make the whole thing tassels.
I don't think Roman Mars would approve of this. I don't want to disappoint Roman. I don't think we can put tassels on our flag.
No, we can't. Not the Mars man, or as I like to call him, the Mars bar.
Don't call them that.
No, okay, I'll never call him that again. I'm ashamed.
Good.
I'm terribly ashamed of what I just said.
So you should be.
Yeah.
Who's Roman Mars? I don't even know who it is.
You don't know Roman Mars? He's the he's the host of the 99% Invisible podcast, but B, he's the guy who did that fucking TED talk on the flags.
Oh, that guy. He's fucking awesome.
Yeah, Roman Mars.
I love that TED talk. That's an excellent TED talk.
Yeah, you should listen to 99% Invisible. It's a brilliant podcast.
By the way, I do have the flag design rules here.
To my shame, when I first heard about Roman Mars, I thought there were Romans from Mars.
It's a really good name, isn't it? It's a really good name, Roman Mars. You know,
it's got actually the whole name is about mystery. One half is kind of like old school, ancient name, and then the other half is kind of futuristic.
Or you could take it like me, and when you hear the name Roman Mars, immediately imagine his evil twin brother, Greek Ares.
Intellectual comedy.
Greek Ares.
Host of the podcast 1% Visible. Podcast about destruction.
I should listen to that because I haven't yet.
It's brilliant. It's a fairly short podcast, lots of episodes to get through. Very nice. And he's got such a soothing voice.
I suppose we could also put Bob Hawke on the flag.
Actually, do you just want a pint of beer?
I was going to say, would Bob Hawke be sculling some beer?
A pint of beer. Bob
beer.
Hawke sculling a pint of beer? Is
Yeah.
that what you want to add, Ryan?
I would like.
Well, he's also got his own beer company now, like captain of the Australian industry.
Okay, let's go through the rules of flags and decide if we want to keep to those rules or just make something awful, which is, it's either keep to the rules or make something awful, which is okay. If we want to make something awful, that's fine. So the rules of flag making, keep it simple. Use meaningful symbolism. Use 2 to 3 basic colors. No lettering or seals of any kind. So seals as an animal group are right out.
Fuck.
No walruses, no
Manatees?
sea lions, no manatees,
Oh, shit.
no seals. No seals.
What about a mermaid? Does mermaid count? Because they're basically
I think mermaids-
Mermaids are basically manatees.
Yeah, I think mermaids also
See,
count.
I wouldn't really want to put...
Go on, Ryan.
I was just going to say, I really would not want to put a mermaid on a flag, because then people would suddenly think that you're selling coffee or something like that.
Selling shitty coffee. No, it's only if the mermaid has inexplicably 2 tails.
Okay, and the last rule is to be distinctive. Specifically, you should be able to recognize the flag
From space.
from a distance. Not from space.
New flag.
Not from space.
New flag
You
is
should not be
300
able to
kilometers
see the
long.
Flag. You should not be able to see the detail of the flag from Mars, for example.
New flag, 300 kilometers long.
You should be able to draw a design of your flag in 2.5 centimeter by 1.5 centimeter kind of square rectangle. It would be a rectangle because squares are equal sides, Jake. Gosh. Yeah. So did we want to keep to those rules or just fucking make whatever?
I just drew in pencil on my desk a 1.5 by 2.5 centimeter rectangle, and then I drew a cock in it. So
Did you want to make a cock flag?
no, I don't think so. That's not very good. No.
Okay. Let's divide. Ryan, you can do the thing that goes on the flag, like it's either
Tassels?
stars or a beer.
Tassels are not a uniform shape.
No, okay. Tassels you can make a heraldic kind of shape out of to make, but it's
What
also
do tassels
stupid.
have to do with Australia?
Exactly. This is an Australian flag,
Okay,
Ryan.
well, if you want me to look after the shapes, then how about a rhombus? There.
Rhombus.
What does this have to do with Australia?
I don't know. Australia's kind of rhombus shaped. If you squint.
Is it? I wouldn't call it a rhombus.
You have to squint quite a lot.
I mean, I guess I could see one side of it. Yeah, I mean, I guess
Well, it's an acute shape.
I'd call it more of a like two trapezoids put together.
I'd like to. Can I contribute my contribution?
Yeah. What's your contribution?
I want to put a Wi-Fi signal, Wi-Fi symbol on it.
Well, we did invent Wi-Fi.
Yeah, well,
I think Australia invented Wi-Fi. So.
CSIRO invented the method that allowed Wi-Fi to exist. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's enough as far as the rules of flags go. That's meaningful symbolism.
Okay.
So
Hold on, let me just
But I want it to only be 1 bar of signal.
What color?
That's even better.
What color would you like the one bar of Wi-Fi to be?
Well, so we'll do the Wi-Fi signal symbol. I keep saying signal.
Yeah, but what color do you want it to be?
You know the dot with the three
Yes,
waves
I
coming out of it.
I know that.
Only
yeah,
one of them. So
Yeah,
so we'll have
but in what
the
colour?
top two. The top two will be like grey, and
Yeah.
then the bottom one and the circle are like what? I don't know.
Blue?
I hate blue. Make it green.
Not blue.
Purple?
Just you could go
Or
yellow.
or sort of reddish brown.
A reddish brown? Okay, gotcha.
Reddish brown.
Okay, Jake, what's your contribution to this flag?
I mean, I wouldn't mind contributing to be the one who contributes to the colours, and I understand that people think that these colours don't go together very well, but they are the colours that we use in our sports teams. It doesn't make sense that we don't use it in our flag, green and gold.
Yeah, the color of wattle. Very nice color.
They are two colours. They are simple colours. Having two colours is fine, 2 to 3 basic colours. And also red, white, and blue is American and French and literally everything else but Australian. So, yeah, that's me. I want to contribute the colours green and gold.
Green,
We
gold,
should really
and reddish brown.
we should really put an ibis somewhere as well.
Trash chicken.
The national bird of Australia, the ibis.
The BinChicken.
Yeah, BinChicken. We'll stick a BinChicken with its beak in the circle of the Wi-Fi symbol.
Is that not a little bit too...
Listen, we're adding a BinChicken. We've gone beyond the realm of good flags now.
Okay, so we've broken the rules. So now we're just going to
stick a
break the rules.
BinChicken with its beak going into the hole of the circle of the Wi-Fi the Wi-Fi symbol.
I'm also going to need you to get a good enough silhouette of a
that's easy enough.
BinChicken or an ibis.
God, I just did a Google image search of BinChicken, and there's a picture of an ibis, and it says, "Are you an ibis? 'Cause I've been chicken you out."
Okay, while we were doing that, I took the liberty of creating the flag. I'll just put it here for now.
Okay. I mean, that's, Okay, here's my issue with it. It's awful. But
Listen,
I think
we were
it
never
works.
going to make a good flag.
So that's our flag. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. What's the next one? Ryan, you need to read the next question.
Oh, really? See, I was reading this and I thought, I'm about to go into the terrible superpowers, but it's an actual question. One of us is a superhero, one of us is the sidekick, and one of us is the support, a la Batman, Robin, and Alfred. Which one of us fills each role, and what are our backstories?
I think the support is obvious. James.
Yes, Ryan is the support.
Yes, I'm the sassy butler.
He's amazing as a butler. He's tall.
He is.
He's got presence and he's got refinement. You could just see him standing there with his arm up and a towel over his arm.
It's because he's done it before. We've literally seen him with a towel over his arm before.
Yes.
Like, during our entire high school life, I thought that Ryan was just training to be a butler one day.
Yeah, look, my only concern about Ryan being in this role is that he wouldn't so much give us words of wisdom in our darkest moments as, lean in and give us the verbal equivalent of YouTube poop videos.
Screw you,
But
Dark.
that's part of his character. That's part of his character. Like, his backstory is he was a failed stand-up comedian.
He was a failed stand-up
You
comedian, and now
horrible
he can
people.
only communicate in memes.
And whichever one of us winds up being the superhero, he actually, uses his humor to berate us and put us down, but while trying to teach us an important lesson, kind of like Alfred does with Batman. But he uses it with terrible humor and puns.
Yes.
Yes.
Lots of puns.
Ryan, would you like to name your support character?
You might need to come back to me on that one. I'm still reeling from the verbal slapdown that you described about me.
The first name has to be James. It's in your contract, Ryan.
Yeah, it does have to be James.
I suppose the name, like, it wouldn't be a first name or anything. Like, it'd just be a surname.
Oh, that makes sense actually.
Yeah.
Because we call you by your last name, but your last name is James. Jameson.
Jameson.
No. It would be Jameson James.
James Jameson.
Jameson Jameson.
James.
James.
The two Jameses.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be quite honest. Let's just play it to chance, eh? And I'll use Neeson.
Neeson.
Liam Neeson. You're going to be Liam Neeson. You have a very specific, very particular. Is it particular or specific? Particular set of skills.
Well, you see, Darian, I'm a support with a very specific set of skills.
Yeah. See, I just said that.
or maybe Callahan. I like Callahan.
Callahan
James or James Callahan?
No, just Callahan.
Just Callahan, like Cher.
Yep.
Okay, Callahan is good.
Yeah, and James is a bit too generic.
Callahan, the failed stand-up comedian.
I don't think he failed so much as he did a Kramer.
He took up a role as a butler instead.
He went on a racist tirade.
Okay. Yeah, from the hit show Jerry.
Yes, from the hit show Jerry.
Yes, it's good to know that I've got friends that paint me in a very worst possible light. In the whole entire world, I'm now just rambling.
Well, not a racist tirade. I just mean you said something that went against the...
I said something that we all regret later.
Yeah, exactly. You said something you regretted and you've never recovered.
In fact, you don't even like to talk about it.
Yes. Very, very dark backstory there.
So, okay, I'm just addressing the elephant in the room. Who's the superhero, Darian or myself?
Come on, I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it. Scissors, paper, rock. Come on, let's do it.
No.
This is literally an audio medium.
Yeah,
I can't even see your hands.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Scissors, paper, rock. What did you get? What did you get, Jake?
Ryan,
Jake, what did you get?
Ryan, you get to decide because we
Jake,
decided your fate for you. So, Ryan, you get to decide. I got scissors, okay?
I got a rock.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
No, you see, I think Jake would make the better lead hero.
I disagree. He's got too much of a temper. He's a loose cannon. You're off the force.
This is why I'm getting Ryan to do it.
But you see, Darian, you've got the negativity to be the sidekick. You just got this burning resentment against Jake being the superhero and hogging all the limelight.
No, I don't. You're the one with the burning negativity.
So Ryan's the support. I'm the superhero. Darian is the sidekick who eventually becomes the villain.
What? No.
Oh, well, no, I really wanted to do the whole thing where I was, like, paying off people to be the villain, and...
Listen, if anything, I'm Dick Grayson.
And just creating this whole illusion about the whole superhero thing, so you could fight them.
Oh, so, like, I'm an insane person.
Makes sense.
No, it's more like... It's more like you really want to be a superhero, so me as the support goes and hires professional actors to act as supervillains.
I'm pretty sure this is the plot to something.
It does sound like a plot to something.
I'm pretty sure this is the plot to something where there's
I'm pretty sure they did a skit like in College Humor or Dorkly or something like that where Alfred reveals to be like the big bad and he's paid all these actors to be the Joker and the Penguin and all that.
It sounds like something they would do in that Mitchell and Webb look. It's the British skit show.
Yeah,
it sounds like something they would do. I do like the idea, though, of me being the superhero and Darian being the sidekick who eventually gets so tired of my shit that he becomes the villain, kind of like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
Maybe. When you put it like that.
And that being said, I think we should get out of the whole butler trope, and do something else which is more of an inside joke, and just make me a taxi driver. Like you don't have a supercar, you just have a direct line to the taxi company.
We don't have a Jake mobile. We just call up an Uber.
No, but that's the thing that kind of fits the former comedian role a bit better, and why he's telling jokes all the time, because he's in the front of the cab telling all these jokes while he's taking us to crime scenes and stuff. The driver, the Uber driver, or the
We can
we
use
need
it.
to. I don't want to. I'm trying to think of the generic word for, like, I guess the ride-sharing service.
The ultra car.
The ultra car.
Parataxi. There we go.
Ultra.
Parataxi.
Parataxi.
Or it could be like what's that other one? Lift. It could be drop.
Drop.
Yeah, drop off. To drop someone off.
Oh my god, we just started the next ride-sharing service.
Yeah, drop. Okay, so I mean, I guess me is the superhero.
Well, what would you be your superhero name? What would your superpowers be?
I'm a pretty bare bones superhero. It's super strength. That's my thing. You know, I guess Aussie Punch Bloke.
Aussie Punch Bloke? The chauvinist.
Oh no!
The Mammoth.
I immediately regret my decisions. What about Singlet Man?
Only if it's a Bintang singlet.
Okay, Bintang Singlet Man.
Makes sense. So,
Yeah.
as a sidekick, do I have a superpower, or am I just a regular kid?
You can have a superpower. I think my backstory is that I was actually like
You're out on a beach in Bali and you got bitten by a radioactive dingo.
There's no dingoes in Bali.
no, but that's what makes it perfect.
You drank a radioactive bintang, or oh no, you got bitten by a radioactive wooden cock with legs because they
No.
have those there.
No. I was bestowed the power of Aussie strength by Bob Hawke sculling a beer.
You beat Bob Hawke in a beer sculling contest in Bali.
Yep.
As such, his powers passed to you. Santa Claus rules. Also, he died.
Well. In that case, then Bob Hawke should be a Norse god, like in that style.
Yeah, I agree.
You beat him in a beer sculling competition, whereupon his powers passed to you, and then he ascended to Valhalla.
Yes.
I can dig it.
No, but you're also part of a secret society of superheroes that he handpicked called Bob's 11. You're the 12th man, Jake.
Are they going to rob a bank or something?
No, it's more to do like with cricket.
Oh, okay.
Ryan, he's talking about Ocean's 11.
I know.
Can you play cricket with mini cars?
I was just thinking, like, he bestows upon me the super Aussie strength that I can only access when I'm wearing a Bintang singlet.
Which is all the time,
No,
obviously.
he bestows you the
Yeah.
magic Bintang singlet.
Which is all the time. I wear it underneath everything. But my secret identity is that I'm a linguistics professor at a university.
What, University of Woolloomooloo?
Yeah, pull the other one, it's got bells on.
When I access my powers, I become like shit-faced drunk, so I'm slurring my words all the time, hence the linguistics professor speaks really well.
Okay,
Gets really hammered.
yeah, it's the perfect secret identity.
So, I guess Darian.
My superpowers are super resentment and designated drivership.
I thought that Ryan's character Callahan was the
that's
driver.
part of why I'm so resentful.
Because I always get an Uber.
Because I have this one thing that I do really well, and he always calls an Uber.
No, you call a drop.
Sorry, you drop, yeah.
We could take the Hawk car. No, we just get an Uber.
The Hawkmobile.
I spent hours waxing the Hawkmobile. Can't we just take the Hawkmobile? I've already ordered the drop.
No, I called Callahan hours ago.
The drop's already on its way.
Okay, that is a good kind of shtick that you can have, but what else? Because, you know, when I'm fighting crimes, you also fight crimes with me, so...
No, see, this is part of it all builds into the super resentment, right? This is the problem. I'm a very capable sidekick, but every time I go to do something...
I do it.
You do it, or something...
Or something else prevents you from doing it.
Exactly, I'm constantly cock-blocked, which all builds into the super resentment.
Well, actually, I was going to go with the whole trope that that Jake was like Darian's sidekick.
Yeah, like, you're the actual sidekick? No, because I'm imagining myself here as a boy wonder.
But I mean, like you're the most competent person in the group.
Yeah, you're better than me.
Yeah.
You're actually better than me at most things.
In the odd event where I actually do something, you get credit.
You do all the work, and then Jake gets all the credit.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Which builds into the
Yeah.
super resentment. And
Yes.
eventually that builds up so much that I'm too powerful to contain it, and
You become the
Eventually
overlord.
become my main antagonist.
either the main antagonist or I break off to become an off-brand superhero, like Dick Grayson.
Off-brand superhero sounds good.
Well, actually, one supervillain, sorry, that we should also include is like this guy that lives in a house and
He lives in a house.
Oh my
That's
God.
enough. He owns
Amazing.
a house.
That's a superpower.
But his house gets robbed all the time by wandering adventurers, and so he builds these elaborate traps and everything like that, and just attracts more heroes to come and fight him. He just resorts to now living off on a deserted island to get away from it all, and just people just think he's a supervillain, but he's just not. He just wants to have a nice quiet time.
I just want to be alone in my
Why are you
house.
destroying everything?
I just want to watch Neighbours and be at peace with the world.
I just want an extra bar on my Wi-Fi. That's why I built the giant satellite.
I won't be connected to the NBN for another 10 years, mate. What are you doing?
You destroyed the only satellite that connects me to the high-speed network. How am I going to watch Neighbours on Netflix now?
Is Neighbours on Netflix?
I don't know. I think it's on Stan?
Yeah, I would imagine. No, isn't Stan Channel 9? Well, I don't know about old episodes, but the current episodes stream on 10's streaming platform, 10 Play. So yeah, okay.
Darian, what do you want to be called?
Resentment Boy.
Resentment Boy? So that makes me Drunk Man?
No, you're Bintang Singlet Man.
Bintang Singlet Man.
Well, no, I prefer to shorten it to Bintang Man.
No, because it's not about the beer. It's about the singlet.
Each week, we describe a terrible superpower and try to come up with a way to make it useful. This week, Offspring Detection. You always know where the American punk rock band The Offspring are.
Well, that took a turn. That literally wasn't what I thought it would be at all.
Yeah. I already know how to make it useful. I'm just not sure how I'll use it to annoy my neighbor.
Okay, I'll go first because I know how I would use it.
All right, continue. Yeah.
I would sell the information to, what do you call them? The photography?
The photography.
The photography people. You know, the people who take those pictures.
I had the word in my mind, and then you said photography, and now I got paparazzi.
Paparazzi, that's the one. I would sell the information to the paparazzi.
Photography.
So I would actually have a vested interest in keeping them popular, so I would also maintain several websites of, like, promotional material for The Offspring.
Offspringwatch.com.
Just to keep them popular enough so I can keep the demand up for the paparazzi, so I could sell that information to the paparazzi.
This is a really hard question to answer. I suppose really, I'd just do it for more general annoyance. There'd be like a scenario like there's a bank robbery and people are going, who will save us? And I'll go, I'll save us. The Offspring are just 2 blocks down the road. I just walk out.
What?
I don't understand how this works.
And then everyone would die.
I guess
Everyone would
that's
die.
kind of the point. He wants to use it like an actual superpower, and then just walk away.
I guess it's useful for comedic timing.
You know,
I mean, but it's not funny if people actually die, though. Is it funny? Is it funny if people really die?
It's a little funny if you're a really bad person.
oh look, there's a giant monster destroying the city. I'll tell this monster where the Offspring are. They're over in Tokyo, performing live.
Please kill them so that I may be rid of this omnipresence about their, or this omniscience.
Go
of
and
their,
kill them to rid me from this curse.
Did you know that they're currently in production of their 10th studio album due for release this year?
No.
No, I did not.
That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. They're still going well.
I mean, that's because the reason why I didn't know that is because I don't have this superpower.
Yeah,
It's a hypothetical.
if you did have the
superpower.
superpower, you'd know, because you'd know that they'd been spending a lot of time in recording studios and things. My answer, I guess I was thinking along the same lines as you, Jake, with the selling of their location, but I was thinking more along the lines of, you know, stalkerish fans. So still kind of leaning towards the reckless use of it as all of us have. But as for, I figured out how I would use it to annoy my neighbor. That's very simple. You're aware of cat facts.
Oh my god.
Thank you for subscribing to Offspring Location Facts.
And you would just text him constantly.
Just
Or
constantly,
even worse,
constantly text, email, just install apps on their phones surreptitiously that give them constant notifications as to the location of the Offspring. Just flood them with that information.
They would hate you forever.
That's only if they knew it was me.
Oh, okay, fair enough. There are.
They'd say to me, I've been bombarded with this information about the Offspring. The Offspring? Who are they? Some American punk rock band, originally formed in 1984 under the name Manic Subsidal.
Okay. Any last words? Anyone have one last thing to say? Say it now.
I think there should probably be studies into the baseline flyness for a white guy.
Did you know that the Offspring are currently chilling out in their house in Huntington Beach, California?
Fucking hell.
Are you the only one that doesn't have the Offspring Wikipedia article open?
I really am. Thank you for joining us here on FoolishWorks Presents the Hypothetical Hour. If you have any hypotheticals you would like to discuss, or if you want to answer one of the questions mentioned in today's episode, you can email us here at hypotheticalhour@foolishworks.com. And if you want to continue listening to three guys discussing nothing of any particular consequence, head on over to foolishworks.com and subscribe.
Or iTunes.
Or YouTube. We're on YouTube as well now.
We're on YouTube. Oh god, there's a pack of hyenas! Now you have to edit that out.